The Bitcoin price is currently surging to the upside after the news that the Federal Reserve has raised the rates by 75 basis points. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've just got word that the US has had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, essentially putting it in a technical recession. We have to discuss what could possibly happen here for Bitcoin moving forward. So let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. So let's not waste any time and get right down to it. Now, if you are subscribed to this channel, then you would know that I've been covering just how bearish this has actually looked for Bitcoin here, right? We had a fake out getting above this channel. We dropped back down. Then if we zoom in on the 4-hour time frame, we were sticking in a local lower high and lower low trajectory. And this red trend line here gives you a good visual representation of what I'm talking about. And it was eerily similar to the last 2 times that we tested up to the top of this orange channel, right, where we had a series of lower highs and lower lows, only to then dump all the way down to the bottom of the channel. Let's get this crypto. So from a structural standpoint, to me, it still wasn't convincing that this thing had to jump the way that it's jumped now. And trust me, we're going to get into this. Also, back on the daily time frame, the Keltner channel indicator, ladies and gentlemen, just take a look at it. We got rejected right at the top and we started to drop. Basically, every time that we've seen this throughout this bear market, Bitcoin has seen a serious decline. Okay, this is really the strongest it's been thus far, where we drop down basically just to below the middle line there, and now we're retesting the top. Again, we'll discuss more later in the video about if this could possibly act as resistance again. But the big news here, folks, and why we're seeing Bitcoin and crypto just pump immensely here today, is because the US Federal Reserve announced another 75 basis point hike. Now, this is very interesting because rate hikes are generally not good for equities. They're generally not good for crypto. So it puts us in a weird spot here where we have to try and understand, why is the market responding so bullishly right now? I mean, you can even see here on the S&P 500 chart, we're seeing a jump here today of almost 2% to the upside here, right? This is a big move in the S&P. And then obviously things like Ethereum have absolutely skyrocketed here. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, over the past 3 days alone, we've seen a move from bottom to peak of almost 30%. Savage, heinous, borderline ludicrous, if you do in fact ask me, but it is what it is. And if you are subscribed to this channel, you would know that I was pointing out that Ethereum had just broken down from a severely bearish range here. I mean, just take a look, folks. We lost the floor of local support after, on the 1-day time frame, testing the top of the Keltner channels band and seeing a sick rejection, very similar to what we've seen throughout the entire bear market that led to further declines in price action, right? That's why I always say past performance does not indicate future results. It's just a tool to allow us to see, hey, traders acted like this in the past in a similar scenario. Could they possibly act in a similar fashion once more? Okay, well, we started to drop here. I told you guys that I was going short on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. I took 2 losses on those trades, right? Just is what it is. It's time to move on, right? You take it on the chin and that's it. So the reasoning behind this pump, in my opinion, is obviously the rate hike. Okay. Now, the reason why I wasn't thinking that a pump like this was going to happen, just straight up, why I did not believe that this was likely to happen, is because I figured that the 75 basis point Fed hike was already priced in. And if it's already priced in, well, then the market really shouldn't have that crazy of a reaction to it when the number comes out. So to me, I was thinking we would either have no move, almost nothing when the number comes out, or if they actually announced a hike higher than 75 basis points, say they went to 100 or 125, that this market would continue to dump drastically to the downside. Okay, so for me, the lowest probability scenario, based on my hypothesis and my analysis of the market, was that the rate hike came in as expected. I mean, 75 basis points was what the majority of market participants expected if you look across several different polling websites. I mean, so to see a move like this, I would say for me was definitely unexpected. That's just how I see it. And yeah, I've exited my shorts here, and now I have to reevaluate. So let's go back to Bitcoin. Now, this is where things get interesting because just like we had an air pocket to the downside right here when the trap door opened and we flushed all the way down to below 20,000, it's very similar right now, right? We still have that air pocket there. There was really no consolidation or anything. It was just a flush move down. So theoretically, now if we are to stick in a new higher high here, basically in the mid $24,000 range, and the bulls continue to pump, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said on previous streams, if this does go against the odds, in my opinion, which is possibly happening now, the target for me has always been this low wick here at about 25,400. And then the second target is up at about 28,000 with an overshot target of possibly up towards 30,000. Let's get this crypto. So let's draw this a little bit differently now. Okay, let's just look at this from a new perspective. So it's possible that we're breaking out of this consolidation range here to the upside, right? To possibly stick in what could be now a little support floor here. If we take a parallel channel and we draw it, I want you to understand here, folks, that technically right now we are on a higher high and higher low trajectory on a micro scale, right? You could see the lows coming in there and the highs coming in up here. On this current swing, though, we have to see what happens with the high. If the high comes in lower and we start to drop back down, well, obviously, this isn't a higher high trajectory anymore, as that would not have been a new high, right? But for the time being right now, I am starting to watch a channel like this, okay? And if we actually switch it back to the regular view, you could see it as well. It is pretty well defined right now. And if we continue to snake along here, folks, it's possible that over the next coming weeks, we could wind up back up towards that 28 to 30K range. But here's the hard part, folks. This is an extremely degenerate environment right now, in my opinion, not only in crypto, but in the equities market as well. I mean, why is this pumping off of really terrible news, right? They're rate hiking again, 75 basis points, pretty darn large hike, okay? And this market is just pumping hard. Also, we have news today that the United States has seen 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, basically putting it in a technical recession. All right, that is what it is, a technical recession. It's been that way forever and a day. It seems like there's a narrative right now to try and say that that's not a technical recession. We're unofficially in a recession. Well, officially or unofficially, it doesn't really matter. We've had 2 negative quarters in a row of negative GDP. So you have a recession, you have a rate hiking cycle, you still have a strong US dollar index. Right now, folks, this to me still could wind up being a sick bear market rally. Okay, bear market rally, I pulled the definition up on your screen. Basically, it's a rally amidst a downtrend. And if we go back in Bitcoin's history, I've shown this time and time again if you are subscribed to this channel, but seeing huge rallies, even as much as up to 100% to the upside, are normal in Bitcoin bear markets. And it's really tough because, you know, as a trader, as an analyst, you can get stopped out shorting in a downtrend just the same as you can get stopped out longing in an uptrend. It's just that these moves are normal. Okay, look at these 159, 66, 94, 67, all the while from top to bottom here in that bear market, Bitcoin dropped over 80%. These moves in the middle were irrelevant. So right now it's possible, right? And you could see it over here too. I'm just going to draw these very quickly. I've shown you guys that one's about 70%. That one's over 50%. That one almost 100%. This one here, almost 50%. You get the idea. So it's possible, ladies and gentlemen, that this just winds up being nothing more than a bear market rally. We possibly go up. We're about 34% now, but maybe we go up 50, 60, 70%. and then we start to drop again. I mean, this is why they call them suckers rallies, dead cat bounces, right? They're rallies to the upside within a longer term bear market decline. Now, could the bottom be in? It's possible, right? I'm not saying that it's impossible. It's just that this is a really weird environment for the bottom to actually be in. As I said, rate hiking cycle, extremely strong US dollar index, and the US is in a technical recession. I mean, folks, that alone doesn't seem like a very speculative risk on environment for Bitcoin to perform well. Doesn't mean it can't perform well. I'm just saying that it's a little weird, right? And I hope you understand what I'm saying by that. And if you are appreciating this, hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate that. And if you're brand new, welcome to the most must-see and most realistic Bitcoin analysis show on YouTube, period. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the channel. So, I mean, folks, I'm going to have to just sit back and see the developments here, right? I didn't put out a video yesterday because the madness had begun, and I needed to see what's going to happen there. Is the dust going to settle and we just drop back down? Or are we going to see follow through to the upside here? And then, of course, today we got the GDP numbers. So, I mean, I'm going to be watching this channel here, folks, and looking to see what happens when we get up to this high, right? Are we going to surpass this 24,300-ish high and continue this higher high trajectory? If we get up there, are we going to see a rejection at the trend line? I need to see what's going on here. But the real big takeaway, folks, for me is just how bullish this reaction has been after the Federal Reserve announced another 75 basis point hike. Now, you have to think about this logically, right? So rate hikes are generally not bullish for assets, cryptos, equities, whatever, right? But right now, we are seeing the market rip after this announcement. So you have to start thinking and speculating, why is this happening? To me, it appears that market participants are trying to basically front run future hikes, thinking that 75 basis points, since this was the second time that they've done this, maybe that's going to be the highest they hike, right? Not that there won't be more rate hikes individually, just that maybe they're not going to go higher than 75 basis points moving forward. Maybe the next one would be 50 or 25, right? Signaling that, okay, we're going to loosen the monetary policy moving forward rather than continue to tighten it. I mean, it's very, very hard right now to put your finger on what's causing this. So, I mean, overall, ladies and gentlemen, to me, not only crypto, but the equities markets as well are still in bear markets until proven otherwise. And that's why these types of pumps can be very, very difficult to trade, right? Because if you're starting to go long in here and or buying, you're basically saying that you believe that the bear market is over and that the global economy is going to turn around, that the recession really doesn't mean anything, that a few months out they are going to possibly start to loosen the rate hiking policies, right? I mean, there are a ton of assumptions that one would have to make here to say that the bear market is over and that the new bull run has begun. I mean, I'm not saying that that can't be possible. I'm just saying there are a ton of assumptions that would have to be made that even just one of them not being true could certainly send this thing deeper down on its bear market trajectory. So this is a very challenging time here, folks. I mean, I even told you earlier in the video that I took 2 losses on a Bitcoin short and an Ethereum short. Just is what it is, right? But as soon as I saw that the rate hike came out, I alerted my VIPs. I'll actually pull it up for you here on your screen right now. You could see that I alerted my VIPs that, okay, guys, they hiked the rates. It looks like the market is responding bullishly, and I'm cutting my loss here on my shorts. That just is what it is, right? And the reason that I'm bringing that up is because, in my opinion, good traders and good analysts, they cut their losers short and they let their winners run. Right? So for me, just take a look at this quote here. You could see this says, winners quit fast, quit often, and quit without guilt. And that's really the mentality that I've gone into this with here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, again, to me, it's very, very difficult trying to find reasons to go long when we're still on a macro lower high and lower low trajectory, right? That hasn't changed yet. That wouldn't change until we're back above really 33,000, right? So these moon boys, well, Kirby, so you wouldn't be bullish till 33,000? Well, just from a technical standpoint, that would be where the first higher high on a macro level would come in at. You understand? Now, sure, there are other things that we'll be monitoring, such as trend lines like this, right? If you go on the regular time frame as well, could look just like this, right? We'll be monitoring these things. It's just that right now, ladies and gentlemen, when we're still in a raging bear market until proven otherwise, okay, these little pumps like this, they're very dangerous in my opinion. And just overall, as I've said, right now the global economic situation is very bizarre, to say the least, right? It's almost the more bad news you get, the harder the market pumps. Doesn't make much sense, especially with equities, right? A ton of these companies came in with absolutely abysmal earnings reports, and yet now, because they announced a 75 basis point rate hike, these things are skyrocketing. So you have companies showing you that the value that they bring to the table is less, yet people are willing to pay more for that asset. Let's get this crypto. Things right now, ladies and gentlemen, seem to be upside down, right? So I'm going to just sit here and monitor what's going on. I am fully aware that we are on a higher low trajectory here and a higher high trajectory. And I'm not going to discredit the fact that we could possibly rip up towards 28, 30, and maybe even a long shot target of 33,000. But there is always still risk here that this is just an upward sloping consolidation amid a longer term bear market downtrend where people could wind up getting hurt. I mean, we've seen it all throughout Bitcoin's past. I mean, I showed you guys all of the times back here, right? We have immaculate pumps. Meanwhile, the overall trend is still just grinding down. These things are designed to trap people. Okay, you actually wind up by buying, you're providing liquidity for people to exit. Okay, and then what winds up happening is that once the dumping begins, the same people that bought on the way up, they start to then dump, and it creates waterfalls, right? Very similar to what we saw back up here in early 2022. So, that's all I have to report on here today, folks. I'm taking a wait and watch approach. Right now, sure, I do believe there is more risk shorting now than there was back here, right? Just is what it is. The trend has changed. The information has changed. And I have to do my best to adapt to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, if you're not already in my VIP and you'd like to stay up to date with all of my real-time trade setup ideas, entry ideas, strategy ideas, everything just like that, as the Don looks to potentially strike gold again, then today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. And if you did enjoy here today, ladies and gentlemen, a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for the thumbs up. And if you're brand new, don't forget to click that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the most must-see and most realistic Bitcoin analysis show on YouTube, period. Welcome to the channel. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curves. Oh, and before I forget, don't fall for any of the fake Kirby accounts posting down in the comment section. They create fake accounts with a nearly identical username and logo to mine, then they reply to your comments with phone numbers and email addresses trying to get you to contact them. You can see several examples on your screen right now. Do not contact these people. So here's how you can verify that it's my actual real account. It's very simple. When you're watching a video on my channel, my real account will always have a gray nameplate behind my name. I also have a verified checkmark from YouTube. And just to make it even more obvious that it's me, I always leave a creator heart on my comments. Only the channel owner can leave a creator heart. So if you see the heart plus the gray background and the verified checkmark, you know that it's me. If you don't see those things, then it's obviously a fake account. It's as simple as that. They're also creating fake accounts over on Telegram now. So if you are ready to become a VIP, do not go on Telegram and search Crypto Kirby or Crypto Kirby VIP. You're going to find all fake results. My group is private. When you search that in the search bar, you're getting public results. They're all fake. They're all imposters. So if you're ready to join VIP, the only way to do so is to click the link either in the pinned comment or in the description of my video. If you search for Crypto Kirby or Crypto Kirby VIP anywhere else, you're going to be getting in contact with a fake. Only use the links in either the pinned comment or the description of my official video. Stay safe and stay smart, my friends. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto.
Material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell / long or short any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments. Nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto Kirby is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. CryptoKirby is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. CryptoKirby may have an interest in the securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and/or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. CryptoKirby accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. CryptoKirby recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.